Hi, this is Loren Moss of Finance Colombia. Thanks for joining us. I'm here with Chris Daes, the COO and co-founder of Tecnoglass. We're here in sunny Barranquilla. It's always sunny here. I saw it only rain once, and boy, did it rain.
when it rains, it pours.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's great to be here again at Tecnoglass operational headquarters, the factory site basically, and you guys are coming off of a great year. So first, congratulations. I already talked to Santiago about that, so let's talk a little bit about, I know that you just came off of a great quarter too that was announced last week, and so the good news just keeps coming, and so I think that you guys obviously have been doing a good job here. I've seen you grow from the first time I was here, you had less than 4,000 employees. I think you're now about 10,000. That's amazing. And so tell me a little bit, we won't go too deep into the numbers, but just tell me a little bit about, let's recap the great first quarter that you had and the strong start to the year.
Well, it's becoming usual that every quarter we give good news, that we grew, that we are doing better, that our margins are improving, that our backlog is growing. So I sometimes think that I'm living in a dream and I wouldn't like to wake up. The truth is the company is doing so good. We're trying to keep it that way. We're working hard to make sure that it continues to be moving that way. Quarter two is looking great too. Here we are looking for opportunities, looking for new markets, looking for new geographies. Sales went up 60% in quarter one compared to quarter one last year. EBITDA almost double, profit almost double. And we think the rest of the year is going to be very similar to quarter one, only better. And we really believe that 2024 is going to be the best year for the company ever. It's looking that way. We're getting a lot of new orders. Construction is booming. Still, we're getting, I don't know if the market is slowing down or not, but we are growing. Maybe we're eating too much of the pie, which either way is good news. And we are moving into new geographies to make sure that we can continue the trend.
Let's talk a little bit about that, because you guys already have a great strong base in Florida, as most of your sales go into the United States, but you guys now are expanding. I know that you attended a major trade show a few months ago. You guys are opening showrooms across the country. I was in the Bahamas, and I was at my cousin's restaurant, which is on one of the remote islands, and I met a guy, and I said, what do you do? And he said, I'm a Tecnoglass dealer. And I said, really? So you guys really are growing, but tell me a little bit about the expanded footprint and this new, I guess not retail like to the consumer, but showrooms and a new presence across the country.
Well, it's a lot easier, and it makes a lot more sense to open new geographies, because then we take a stress off of Florida. We don't need to, worry too much about Florida, even though, like I was saying yesterday in a phone call with some stockholders that were interviewing me, I said, we don't want Florida to be 50% of the pie, but we grow outside of Florida, and Florida keeps growing stronger than the outside too. So even though we try to move away from Florida, Florida has a hold of us and won't let us go. And but anyways, we opened South Carolina, a showroom, Texas, Arizona, Manhattan, in California, and so many places where they want our windows, and we're coming out with new products. For example, what happened with the garage door, we developed a new garage door, and it's already selling $2.5 to $3 million a month. So it's unbelievable what the company is doing, what our research and development team is doing, the production guys, the selling side is, we have no complaints. So it's like a perfect story.
That's great. Now when I talked to Santiago a little bit about the backlog increasing, and there's two ways that happens. You can either get more sales or not have enough capacity. Now I know you're getting more sales, but you guys are also taking steps to increase your capacity, your output, your production capacity here in Barranquilla, right?
We have increased so much the capacity that now we can produce 20 or 30% more not working on Sundays. Before we used to invoice 30% less and have to work on Sundays. That's how much the capacity has increased, and we're adding more. Now in September and October, we'll add another big percentage of capacity that will make us be, we can cut the lead times to 3 weeks to be there in the States. This is going to be unbelievable what we are going to be able to do. We want to, have our customers' satisfaction at the maximum level possible. Customers are happy. Services are getting there soon. Repairs are coming soon. Replacements are coming soon. I mean, like I said before, this is a dream come true.
It's great, and I'd love to, now's not the time, but I know you guys have a tremendous story going back to how you and your brother first started, even making solar stoves. And that's a story that I'd love to tell with you one day. Even before that, even the story, your family story and everything like that, we won't go into that here. But really, when you say it's a dream come true, it's amazing, because I know, knowing a little bit about your story and the Tecnoglass story, I know that that's true on so many levels. And I want to get into kind of some of the things that you're doing to give back. But before we do that, I want to talk a little bit about, I've been down on the floors. You guys have automation in place. You guys have state-of-the-art facilities, all come with the robotics and the computerized measurements and quality controls and things like that. So I do want to talk a little bit about, do you have plans do you need to expand the output capacity here in Barranquilla to meet current demands? Are you concerned about there's not really a slowdown right now in the U.S., but the growth is slowed, it's still growing. Are there any concerns about the economy right now and how that fits into your prognosis?
I like to read a lot, and one of the things I read lately from somebody in the US was that they were in another business and they were expanding, and he got a question saying, why do you expand if the economy might slow down? And he says, maybe we'll miss it now and we did too much today, but in a year and a half that this turns around, then we'll be ready. When the economy booms again, we are ready for the next high up, because economy always keeps, it slows down, goes down, and then goes up again, and it slows down and goes up again. If you look at the chart from the Dow Jones, for example, the last 50 years, it's always going up.
Yeah.
You see slowdowns, but it always comes back to normal and continues to go up. So we got nothing to worry. We're doing it not with debt, but we're doing it with the cash flow. We have, the company doesn't owe too much money. I think net debt is 30 or 40 million dollars. This couldn't be better. We couldn't be doing any better. We're not afraid of having too much capacity, because we can rationalize later and wait till the good moment again. But even though we have built so much capacity, we're still sold out. I mean, we are not working on Sundays, but we have enough in our hands. I mean, right now we couldn't but sell glass and aluminum. I mean, we are waiting for more machines to do more windows. We are waiting for more machines to do more laminated glass and insulated glass. Simply, we are taking the right steps, and there are a lot of news that you will hear within the next few months that are going to make a lot of sense of why we're doing this.
Well, that's great, and I'm excited to hear that, knowing what can be coming. Now, you guys always have had a great record of giving back. We're here in Barranquilla, and I think that Barranquilla does not get enough credit. In Colombia, Bogota gets a lot of attention, Medellin gets a lot of attention, but Barranquilla, I mean, you've got a great public-private partnership as far as the relationships between the private sector, not just Tecnoglass, but other companies in the area. Working, there's a big civic, there's a lot of civic engagement that I see when I come in here, and you can feel it. Now, we talked to some people, and I think that this is really important. Outside, we can see the Ventana al Mundo, which is a monument, a sculpture that you guys gave to the city. But more important than that, you know, we talked to, I talked to various people. I talked to some people that are receiving scholarships, becas from Tecnoglass. I talked to people who I've known for a long time that you guys, we talked to a lady who's been working here for 15 years, and you guys went out and looked at her house to see what it needed and fixed up her house. Now, I know that you've been shy about talking about this, but when it comes to ESG, investors want to know. So maybe if you can talk a little bit about the philosophy. I know you don't like to brag. I know you don't do things to go, okay, buenos somos, or look at us. I know that's not how you do things, but I think that it's important that stakeholders, that customers, that investors understand the commitment that Tecnoglass has made to Barranquilla, to the Atlantic coast, and to Colombia.
No, we definitely love to help. I mean, it's in our system, in our blood. We, I mean, see every opportunity to make Barranquilla better, beautiful, exciting. I mean, we don't have enough hands to do all the things that we would like to do for Barranquilla. We're building a third monument that is going to be close to here, to the plant in Puerto Colombia, the city next door, like 5-6 kilometers away from here, 3 miles. And it's going to be the most beautiful of the three sisters, La Ventana al Mundo, La Ventana de Campeones, y La Ventana de Sueños. And we're going to build a school for poor people here in La Playa. Okay. We're going to invest $2 to $3 million. We have 500 people going to the university. We pay for their scholarship. We fix 10 houses of employees every month. Mm-hmm. We invest money on them. And we have many other things that we do for people here, because we would like, I mean, our dream is for the people, at least for the people that work with us, to make them the happier that we could, and for the city of Barranquilla, that they could be proud that Tecnoglass one day was here. We don't want to, be rich. And what did we leave? Anything. We came out in a list of the richest guys. No. Like I say always, I don't want to be rich. I want to be sabroso. I want to be, desire that we were good people, that we helped the city, that we were always constantly thinking of the well-being of everybody around us, because that's within our DNA.
Yeah. I was going to ask you to tell me a little bit about the prognosis for the coming year, but you've actually already done a very good job about that. But one of the things I wanted to ask you, since we're on the theme of Barranquilla and the community, you guys have an advantage being here because it's a port city, but like I said, not enough people outside of Colombia know about Barranquilla. I know that when you bring big customers and investors in here, I bet for a lot of them it's the first time that they've ever been to the city.
And they love it. Mm-hmm. The first time they come scared, and then they come alone. Mm-hmm. And they go visit Cartagena, and they come to Barranquilla, and they go to Santa Marta, mm-hmm. and they love it, because hey, the coast of Colombia is a beautiful sight. It's 2 hours away by plane from Miami, for example. Mm-hmm. It's close, it's nice. I mean, people are friendly. Obviously, we have problems like in every city. I mean, but Barranquilla deserves better luck than we have had so far. Barranquilla, like you said before, most people don't talk about it, but having a company in Barranquilla, you export a container from here to Miami, mm-hmm. all included from Tecnoglass door to Miami's door for $1,600 a container.
Wow.
$1,600 a container, all included, the land and the freight. I don't know where you can get it cheaper than that.
I know somebody that's getting shipments from Bogota to the U.S. and they're paying $3,200 a pallet.
That's simply too much because they are located at their home place.
Right.
That's why locating your company in Barranquilla is so important, and that's why Tecnoglass won't move out of here. I have said that the day I have to move the company, I prefer to go.
Mm-hmm. I got you. You know, now, so just briefly to finish that theme up, when you talk to companies outside of Colombia, let's say in the U.S., why should they consider Barranquilla for their base of operations, whether that's manufacturing, logistics? I know there are contact centers here. I know you have bilingual people. You have good universities.
Here, everything is made simple. Mm-hmm. We're not complicated people. We handle people right. We welcome the people from outside. The guys are good workers. They learn quickly. They are not complainers. They are happy. They help you out. They really love the company where they work. So it's a perfect environment. Barranquilla is everything to us.
Wow. That's great to know. Now, you guys are almost at your 40th anniversary, and 40th birthday.
We're 40.
40 years old. Wow. Wow, congratulations.
8th of March, we were 40 years old.
Well, happy birthday to Tecnoglass.
Thank you.
And, was there anything that you wanted to mention? You guys are moving so quickly. I told Santiago it's hard to report on Tecnoglass because every time there's a headline is Tecnoglass breaks new records. Tecnoglass, I'm like, I need to, as an editor, come up with better headlines.
I am sorry to tell you, but you're going to keep being harassed by us and by what we do, because there are 3 or 4 things that you're going to find out soon that we're working on that will be, game changers like usual. We always try to make it good, make it right, go forward, and we will continue to work that path.
Wonderful. It's always good to catch up with you. I know you're a busy man. I feel honored you made time for me. Thanks a lot. Okay.